There are people who say that God exists, and there are some that God does not exist. Mostly these are the unbelievers. Dealing with these people is hard because it takes time to prove that God is exists. These people actually made their own point of view. Their perspective must be true in terms of what they believe. They may say that God exists, and who are these people? They are the foolish, they are the atheist people. They question the existence of God, that it deals with the question in their mind. Did God exist in reality? If He exists, why there are many people who suffers in our generation? Just like today, if there's a God who controls everything, why did God exist in our world? The statement made me think that the scripture reveals something. Our sources is found in what God has revealed in our surroundings, and we can testify to that. But it takes time to ponder on this matter, which is the Bible affirms that the existence of God would take time to dig in, because we need more sources of how God exists, and in our understanding is what we have understood is what is being revealed to us. If we base on the Bible, it reveals something that has been proven theologically. In Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God, in the beginning, God. This take time to ponder on this matter. It somehow sum up in the theological perspective on what is happening on here. On the other hand, the perspective that we have is what we have understood about what is in the Bible. It appears and it concerns the existence of God, which is we can be know this, that God is all good, all powerful, and all wise, and the existence of evil, which is the cause of suffering that we experience, the wickedness of it is exists. Now, this made clear that the Bible now makes sense because of it, right? It reveals both of the existence of God and evil. If we look at Genesis chapter 3, the serpent represent the wicked evil that ever exists in the first appearance of the evil in the book of Genesis. And Adam and Eve was tempted by the serpent, which is the cause of making the boundary from God and caused them to fall and sin against God, which is in my own observation, is that Eve desires something in the flesh, including his husband. In this perspective, the existence of God appeared in a sense of what we understand of orchestrating his creation, and the evil appeared in the sense of doing what is against from God. To answer the question earlier, did God exist in reality? And if He exists, why there are many people who experience sufferings? And if there's a God who controls everything, why did God exist? So why did God exist? The question earlier, if we look at different attributes of God in the scripture, there are lots of attributes that God has. God is mentioned in the Bible, but if we focus on the objective moral values of God, we can understand that God exists not only beyond our understanding, but in our worldview. If we argue in this matter, we can be set something of what we know about the belief of who God is, what we know about God. We can consider the moral values that exist comparing to the existence of the evil. This both may tell something and ask this question: why there is evil and why there is a God? If we look at the moral values that exist, it proves to something that there is bad and good that exists, right? Now, if we ask this question, if God does not exist, therefore, the objective moral values and duties does not exist. To answer the question, if there's only one or many existence that relates to what we experience in the Bible, or about the morality that Jesus proved, it has a bigger point that He exists. To prove that God exists, in my point of view and personal experience as human as we are so limited knowing God. We can prove that God exists because of the person of Jesus Christ. As it written in the book of Genesis, it contains that God orchestrated everything, and we can testify about His creation. I don't want to uh, push you to believe or not to believe in me. My point is that God does uh, not fully reveal Himself, but He revealed Himself in the person of Jesus Christ and showed us to us a different morality that will take place. And we can know that the Bible would have that kind of uh, things that Jesus has doing miraculous things and claim that He is God, and understood that as He is doing it in the Bible, and it tells us that Jesus came to save us. In that manner, He exemplified His love for us. For us, God pleases what He has done in this earth. So God exists in the person of Jesus Christ.